Hey, what's going on? This is your guy Nicholas Joel. Today I'm working on a song. I actually don't own this beat. I was at my brother's house. Long story short, yesterday on Thanksgiving, and he found the beat and he put me onto the beat, and we both liked it. And he came up with a hook idea, and I wrote the lyrics down. And today I laid the lyrics. And it came out pretty dope. I haven't shared it with him yet, but so far, like I said, I like it, and I'm here to really show you guys the simplistic process I go through to mixing a vocal. More Most of the times I watch videos, it's not complicated what I see, but I think for viewers who are starting out, it may be complicated to them. So what I will say is, before any mixing, any editing, whatever, make sure your microphone setup is good, your DAW is set up the way it should be for the session that you're gonna record, and most importantly, in that session, perform great takes. Not even good, just perform great takes. Use this microphone as if it's a tool. You use it like a tool that it is. If you need to get closer to get a more compressed voice, get closer. If you need a backup to be more dynamic and far away from the mic to create like a natural distance type stuff, whatever, perform it and get creative with the microphone first. That's my first point, my first tip. So I'm not gonna actually play the beat. I'm just gonna dive into the raw vocal. Alright, I'm gonna remove all of these processes that you see right here that I did to it. So before any of these processing, what I always do is I check for the gain structure of each track. Like if I like the tone where it's at with that gain level based on the song, I'll keep it there. If I need to adjust the tone of it, I'll adjust the gain to give it the tone I'm looking for on that track, right? Before touching any plugins whatsoever. Then once I do that, I'll go ahead and volume level that track into the instrumental that I have, or vice versa with just mixing a beat per se. If you have a whole bunch of tracks, and you just always start with your gain, which is the overall output volume of that track, and then use the volume fader to adjust how much of that loudness you want in for that track in that mix that you're working on. Sorry if I'm throwing too much at you, right? So here's a quick, hopefully this doesn't overload on me. It's been happening this whole time. Here's a quick preview of the hook. I'm only gonna play the hook. I'm not gonna get all fancy and do all the background vocals and all of these extra nuances. I just want you guys to see how simple it is to process a lead vocal. Like, you don't have to overcomplicate it, right? So on this track is where my lead vocal is. This is what it sounds like raw. It's just gain set. I did some automation so I don't have to do too much compression. That's a whole nother topic. And I put the level with the volume fader where I want it, but you'll see it ride up and down because I did automation to it.
Bad habits getting in my way. Oh, nah, 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 nah. Texting me saying,
Excuse me. I'm not gonna bamboozle you guys. I said I'm only gonna do one track, which is the lead. So let me solo that. Get that off. There we go.
bad habits getting in my way. Oh, nah, 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 nah. Texting me saying we should get away. Oh, nah, 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 nah. Cut you off, but you still my babe. Oh, nah, 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 nah. Separated, had to go our separate ways. Oh, nah, 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 nah. Bad habits.
Alright, So as you guys hear it, that's the raw vocal. When I was listening to it, what I was hearing is the dynamic need to be controlled. So I already did a little bit of dynamic control with the automation, not too much, something to help out the compression, the tool, all right? So that's what I did. So that will be my first plugin on this track for this song. You have to always keep this in mind when you guys watch videos. Think about the song you're working on. Don't just copy and paste what somebody is showing you. Like, use your ears, listen to your song, and adjust your mix based on your song, right? It's not a copy and paste thing. Use your ears. So this is the first plugin, which is a compressor. All right, and I'm gonna use this to control to smoothen out the dynamics a little bit. Control the dynamics, not smoothing it out. I might be using the wrong terms with some of these, but this is how I recognize my issues in my mixes.
Bad habits getting in my way.
So
Oh na
this
na
is without
na
compression.
na. Texting me saying we should get
Activated.
away. Oh na
Off.
na na na.
On.
Cut you off, but you still my babe. Oh na 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 na. Separated, had to
Let
go
me
out.
take it from the top. I'm gonna let it run without it. Just the half of the hook, not the whole thing.
Bad habits getting in my way. Oh na 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 na. Take some habits getting in my.
Alright. So here we go with compression.
Bad habits getting in my way. Oh na 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 na. Bad habits getting in my way. Oh na 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 na. Bad habits getting in my way.
See, it's more
Oh na na
slightly
na
level.
na.
After that, what I did was took out some frequencies that I didn't like the room sounds and things like that. The tone of the recording was okay to me, like to my ears, but there was some room sounds that I didn't like. So I pulled for this Logic EQ right here.
Bad habits getting in my way.
Pulled out some
Oh
of the
na na na
250,
na.
500 range.
Bad habits getting in my way. Bad habits getting in my way.
See the big
Oh
difference?
na na na
Listen,
na.
off.
Bad habits getting in my way. Oh na 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 na. Bad habits getting.
And I used another EQ to do some more removing, because that one didn't really have I didn't want to. I'd already had the point that I like with that, so I just jumped to another one to use to get a little more detail on the numbers and the sections I wanted to remove, which this one does. So this is without.
Bad habits getting in my way. Oh na 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 na. Bad habits getting in my way. Oh na na
Cut out a lot of
na
those
na.
frequencies because it didn't sound good to the instrumental I'm working with. This might sound weird because you're not hearing the instrumental, but keep that in mind. And so now I just wanted to level it out again. So I pulled for this LA2A, which is great for stuff like that. So this is without it.
Bad habits getting in my way. Oh na 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 na. Bad habits getting in my way. Oh na 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 na. Bad.
All right. And what you also have to keep in mind is every time you make a move on these plugins, level match the gain coming in and out. Don't just because it sounds louder, it's better. No, match it with the volume that was coming in before on the output. Like if it's coming in at 7, make sure you bring it back down to 7 on the output or close to it. Don't just leave it super loud. You're gonna end up with a crazy mix. So then I grab for this pole take right here, put a little bit of low end and some high end. So here's without. Now I attenuated some of the lows and the highs too. So here we go.
Bad habits getting in my way. Oh na 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 na. Bad habits getting in my way. Oh na 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 na. Bad habits getting in my.
So what it did, kind of smoothing out some of those frequencies and also put some on the upper. And again, this is gonna sound weird to you because it's not in the context with the beat. But if I was able to play it with the beat, I just don't want to have any copyright issues or any issues with any producers on here for using their beats without their permission, which I completely respect. So after that, I noticed my pitch was off on a certain section of the track when all those details started to pop out in the mix. So I just added a pitch correction right after. Some people will tell you to do it before, or whatever. But for me, while I was doing my adjustments, it sounded okay. But once it started to get a lot more clean, I noticed, oh, that specific point in that take, I didn't like the pitch, so I kind of like, put some auto tune to kind of like tune it out a little bit. And here, this is without.
Bad habits getting in my way. Oh nah 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 nah. Bad habits getting in my way. Oh nah 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 nah.
So it's not like you're not doing it to get a robotic sound or anything. You just want it to help tune the vocal. That's it. To help it stay in pitch. After that, what I did was I got a plate reverb. Now, I didn't get too much detail into that. Set my my pre-delay and my decay time to what this track is. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just leaving the preset that the plugin gives you. Always set your pre-delay and your decay time based on your song. That will make a big difference. Trust me. I've learned that through a lot of mistakes. You don't want all that washy reverb sound in your mixes. So this is without reverb.
Bad habits getting in my way. Oh nah 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 nah. Bad habits getting in my way. Oh nah 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 nah.
After that, I noticed it could use a little after, so I added a delay to it. A tape delay, basic tape delay. Well, actually, it's an echo. Yeah, 1/4 echo. Yeah, 1/4 note echo.
Bad habits getting in my way. Oh nah 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 nah. Bad habits getting.
And after that, I did some automation with this other reverb. It's a modulated reverb. And that was like the icing on the cake for this song specifically. So you're gonna see this little fader right here go up and down. That's because it's automated in.
Bad habits getting in my way. Oh nah 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 nah. Bad habits getting in my way. Oh nah nah nah.
So this is without the processing.
Bad habits getting in my way. Oh nah 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 nah.
This is with the processing.
Bad habits getting in my way. Oh nah 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 nah.
And it's that simple. Don't overcomplicate your mixes. Don't just copy and paste. What they call them? Chains, vocal chains. This chain. Nah, don't do that. And if you do find a vocal chain that you just so like it, always make the adjustments with each plugin for your track. Don't just leave them. That will make a big difference in your mix. So hopefully this was helpful to you. If you like this video and you want to see more like this, just comment below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time. Peace.